Hi, this is BB, and I been having this smell of menthol or whatever. It's not menthol, but it has that cooling effect of menthol, and I'm getting dizzy, like lightheaded. It's coming in waves, and I feel like I want to, I don't know. Now, what I've been told by someone that they're smelling cigarette smoke. Cigarette smoke. Their house is permeated with cigarette smoke. And then they're seeing other things. I think it's hallucinations. I think they're hallucinating. Now, what could it possibly be? This is my idea. Whatever is in the cigarette smoke, because the cigarette smoke was the prelude to whatever hallucination was there. Something in the cigarette smoke, and they don't smoke. So this is why it was so strong. It was very strong. So whatever was in the cigarette smoke was a camouflage. They could have put, I guess, crack in the cigarette smoke or something to make them hallucinate. If there are people like me who don't do drugs, it'll be like a shock to the system, and it'll probably put them in a state of, well, they're seeing things. I don't know if crack makes you hallucinate. Maybe it does. But there are other drugs that they could use to make people hallucinate. And the cigarette smoke, think about it. Somebody gets in your crawl space, get a cigarette smoke, they put a cigarette, some crack on it, and it comes through your filter. This is winter. Most people have their heat on. In the summer, they have their air on. I'm saying this for most people to start checking around. If you have a camera, put it trained on your vents, your unit outside, if you have an outdoor unit or even a window unit. That would be my advice. That would be my advice, to keep it trained on the unit. Because they smell the cigarette smoke very strong. No one smokes. This is why it was so strong. And then sort of hallucinations started happening. So my particular little strife maker is in my head, and she's been ramping it up and amping it up for the past like 3-4 days. And I've been getting this burning sensation in my nose. The cat's constantly throwing up. She threw up like 3 or 4 times for today. Every time I get dizzy, she runs to the litter box. She can't really poop, and she starts throwing up. This cat has never done anything to them. The cat is just a casualty, and I feel guilty because I adopted her like 16 or 17 years ago to give her a safe home, a forever home, and protect her. And I feel like I can't do that. I'm trying. But I don't know where to get this woman. I don't know where she hides. I don't know where she hides. Sometimes I want to take like my mop stick. When I hear the spraying, just where the vent, just leave it, and then just push it right through the vent and catch her in the face. Like, even if it's not in the face, catch her somewhere where she knows I mean fucking business, and get the fuck out. Just get the fuck out. Just get away. I don't think she thinks I'm serious. Sometimes I get so angry to the point like I want to pass out. I'm so angry. I want to pass out. It's not easy. And she knows when to irritate me. If she knows people are around. She wants witnesses. She wants people to believe I'm using drugs. I'm using drugs, and what is happening to me is just the results of the drug use. She wants to make me not a credible witness. Now, one of two things. I know things are missing from my life that are worth money, but I also know that if they're ever caught, I was one of their neighbors. I was one of the neighbors who actually said something to the landlord about them jumping over my fence at the back of the yard and sitting around my house, and I felt very threatened. So I would be one of those people, if the people actually went back in their past, they would try to seek me out to find out what was my complaint if I knew anything about them. So they deem me as a threat. Not as a threat because I have it in for them, or I have angered them in any way. They have it in for me because they feel I'm a threat to them, because heaven forbid, they may have to pay for their crimes. See, this is all about them not paying for what they've done. They need a clean getaway. Now, a criminal, such as the criminals, these type of criminals who are live streaming people, pushing people, I'm sure they've killed people. You can't take that out of me just like that. I am pretty sure these people have killed people. I'm pretty sure they've killed people. And given half the chance, I just need to say these things, to bring it to someone's attention who gives a crap. And I think this is why she does, even if she is not the one around me doing this, she talks to me, but there are other people around who's helping her. Yes. This is where the whole gang stalking comes into play. There's more than one. It's not just one woman, but I say her because she's the one in my ear. I mean, let's face it, I go to sleep, and she probably goes to sleep too. When I'm awake, it goes on again. See, I used to watch their pattern. I did not know what she did for a living or did, period. She used to go off for sometimes weeks at a time. The moment she moved in. Of course, she always had a reasonable explanation. Nobody ever asked her, but she volunteered. Like, she had to give a cover story. So she has a habit of going off. And whatever with this, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure they've attacked other people. I don't know what's the deal. I have no idea. But like I said something, I understand human nature. If you give a person like them, people like them, a bunch of money, more money than they've ever seen in their life, and they don't have to work for a living anymore, there's different things would happen. A person like me, I like to give money away. I like to help people. I probably give. That's just to make people happy. I like when everybody around me is safe and happy. Two things, safe and happy. I was an only child, and my dad was all about safety, making me feel safe, making me and my mother safe. Home. When the first house he bought, I was 5 years old. The first thing he did was build this big fence around the house. I mean, this thing was high and aluminum zinc all around. Nobody could see in. You could tell how he was a fanatic about security to keep us safe. He built a fence around it, all around. So I'm accustomed to this being safe. And I like when people around me feel safe. And people are happy. And people have enough to eat. So the next set of people would probably start buying whatever they're passionate about. Like cars, homes, jewelry, diamonds, gold, traveling, safaris, stuff like that. Yeah, all that is nice too. I'd like to live near the beach. I'd like to live on the beach. A little cottage on the beach. Lovely. But then you have people, you go down, different things. Now, those are all okay. Those are all wonderful things. Some people would like to help people in different countries. Then you have people like them. Like I said, it takes all kinds to make this little world go around. This little blue planet to keep spinning, it takes all kinds. Now, what they will do is all in your intention. It's your intention. It says everything about you. Your intention. We all have access to knives, some of us to guns, some of us to weapons of any sort. What are our intentions as we tend to use these things, or because we have access to them? That's the key to all of this. With them, well, let's not get into it, because my mind is telling me exactly from what has been happening to me over the past almost 2 years of where they will end up, of what they would do. From what has been happening to me, they would not be kind to people. And there might be casualties or fatalities by the time they're done. Because they're too good at this. The longevity of this speaks for itself. It tells me this is not their first go around. They have no fear. If this was their first go around, and they see I'm trying to get the FBI to listen to me or the police, they would have stopped. Because they would have been, oh fuck, what if somebody does listen to her and back off? They didn't falter. Which tells me they've done this before and they know the outcome because they see the police are not listening to anybody. The amount of things that happened to me, I swear to God, God is my witness. I'm not lying. This is coming from my heart. The amount of things this woman caused to happen to me. This woman, when I was in a motel in Oklahoma. You know what she made me do? What she told me? And I don't know why I did it. She told me that I need to search inside me. There's something inside me she needs to see. And I did it. To put my finger and search. That woman made me do this. I don't know why I did it. Why did I do that? I don't know. This is not me. Why would I do something like that? I don't know. I don't know why I would do something like that. What was wrong? I don't know. But I know something I wasn't myself. Ever since, this is what caused me to move out from California, because I was getting increasingly paranoid. That was when they lived close to me. I was getting increasingly paranoid. And I was saying it. I even told my friend who helped me to come here, because he lives here. I said, I'm paranoid and I don't know why. And I also said I understand what a rape victim feels like. I felt dirty. The week before I moved out to come here, I felt dirty. Why? I don't know. Like I wanted to go in the shower and just scrub and scrub and scrub. Like something was wrong and I don't know what it was. Just scrub. Just scrub and scrub and scrub. I don't know why that was happening. Never, ever in my life before I ever felt like that. And I used to work in a hospital. I worked there for a lot of years. Here and abroad, my home country. I've come in contact with a lot of people. I've come in contact with a lot of situations. I never, ever experienced anything like it. I was paranoid and I didn't know why. And that they didn't know that because they were hacking every device. And they didn't stop. They didn't stop. That kind of shows you right there what kind of mentality these people have. They didn't intend to stop. The whole purpose was to push me out of that house. Because what they could do to me here, outside, away from there. They couldn't do it there because we had other neighbors, and the neighbors would have seen something or felt something with all this microwaving, and some suspicions would have start to arise. But my point is, with the money, with whatever money, just imagine they have a lot of money. What they'll do with it? Their actions will become degenerative. They will go for living out all their the worst fantasies you can think of. These are people who have no sense of accountability. They have no fear of God. The only fear that they have is that they don't want to go to jail for what they will do and what they are doing and what they have done. The only fear is the fear of prison. Fear of God, they don't have any. Fear of retribution, divine retribution, they don't have any. They have no respect for divinity whatsoever, none. If they had an ounce of regard or respect for divinity, they would not do this. There would be some part of them that would be afraid. They're not. They have no respect for divinity. So with that being said, she's just bugging me all the time. So I was saying, I got so angry. I said, she broadcasting? Well, let's put the spotlight on her. Is she taking respects? I told her I have billions of dollars. Come in the door and I'll give it to her. I have billions of dollars. I mean, I don't know what they're doing. I just assume, well, I go by this guy, Relay or whatever his name is, the Russian guy, Reflay. That was, people were giving him money and getting him to do crap to his girlfriend till the woman died. That's the one thing that's stuck in my head. That's the only thing I know about. So I don't know if it's something similar to that. But she made me do that. I don't know if she thought it was funny, or I don't know if she thought her family wanted it. No. Nobody should do that to someone. I'm going to leave you with this question. What if they were doing this to a teenage girl? What do you think that girl would do? She just hasn't grown up yet. She's not of an adult mentality. What would she do? What would this torment lead her to do? Or a teenage boy, what would a torment lead him to do? These people are bullies. They're bullies. That's all they are. They're just bullies. But they're bullies they're exponentially to the highest degree and the highest order dangerous. They're not to be taken lightly. Because what they're doing is not funny, ha. These are criminal activities being committed against humanity. These are criminal activities. Be strong.